Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to today's live level up conversation. It is so great to be here with you. We've got so much saved up for this show, so let's get started.
Welcome to Level Up with Winnie Sun. Award-winning financial pro. Get ready. Level Up with Winnie Sun.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the show. I'm Winnie, your host, an award winning financial pro, a Forbes contributor, and a CNBC council member and contributor. And I'm so glad that you are joining us live here. We're on so many different social media platforms, so definitely jump in, say hello. Let me know how your weekend's been going, how your Monday was. Let me just start and tell you how the market's doing. This is some good news. If you haven't been paying attention, the market's going to close in about 11 minutes here. But currently, the Dow's up 712 points on the Dow. Nasdaq's up 12 points as well. The S&P 500 is up 30 points as well. And I see CrossX Fighter joining us on YouTube Live, and it's great to be here with you. Thanks so much for saying hello and joining us, and of course supporting our show. We definitely seen the shares, and we truly appreciate it. So yes, my friends, the Dow is doing great today. Dow has now hit a record high, and as you know, part of that is because of the optimism for rate cuts. In fact, reported by CNBC just earlier today, talking about how investors are now looking forward to hopefully, that we get some news of a rate cut in the last quarter of this year. So we're also seeing some movement from investors moving some of their investments from those mega cap technology stocks. You might be doing the same into some smaller cap stocks. But hopefully, for those of you who are watching, you've had some in small caps anyway, just to make sure you have some diversification. But yes, they're saying that the investors are looking towards smaller cap stocks, hoping that they would benefit from lower interest rates. Now, the other part of news that's interesting, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, is the world of shopping. Because last month's retail sales numbers in June, of course, are stronger than expected, showing that people are indeed still shopping. Yes, prices have gone up, but that doesn't mean that people aren't spending money, and especially since we do know, it's back to school shopping. Of course, we're going to talk a lot about Amazon Prime Day and that phenomenon. So people are still spending even though things are costing a lot more. So, many people are watching very closely to the Federal Reserve and what they're going to be doing in September. In fact, a lot of people are expecting them to hopefully have a rate cut without sustaining any economic disadvantages to here in the United States economy. So they definitely don't want to trigger what they consider a recession or anything like that. But certainly it's looking pretty good, and we'll definitely keep close eyes on that, because we're watching also on Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's remarks on interest rates, because talking about interest rate policy, he's speaking, of course, this week. He spoke at the Economic Club of Washington, D.C., discussing interest rate policies. And one of the areas that I thought, if you didn't know it already, is that we were always thinking that the 2 to 3% in terms of inflation would be healthy levels. And perhaps the chief wouldn't decrease interest rates until we reach that level. But that's not actually the case. Jerome Powell has said that the Fed does not need to have inflation reach the exact 2% target before considering rates. They want to make sure that they stay flexible, and they also want to make sure to keep the U.S. economy strong. So this speech comes after, of course, a very positive consumer price index report that came this week, setting the stage for upcoming Federal Reserve policy meeting that we're going to be seeing at the end of July. So we'll continue to update you on all things inflation and interest rates. And hopefully, we've got some good news coming in September. I guess that's what everybody's waiting for. September interest rate announcement. And of course, that's also usually when a lot of the big companies do their events on what the next smartphones will be and the new tablets will be. So we'll be paying attention to that. Now, let's talk about Amazon Prime Day. If you haven't paid attention, well, do know that Amazon Prime Day is absolutely in full swing. And even if you don't have Amazon Prime membership, it's actually, you're seeing these sales kind of trickle over to many other websites as well. So here's the thing, as you know, Adobe Analytics every year will do an announcement of what they think what is going to happen during Amazon Prime Day. Now, there's an article that came out on Reuters just this week that Amazon Prime Day sales are expected to hit a record $14 billion. That's right, a lot of sales. So a lot of people are still shopping, and the convenience and the sales can't keep them away. So on day one, it's expected to bring in $7.1 billion, up 11% from last year. And the second day is forecasted to reach about $6.9 billion, up 9.2% from last year. So people are definitely going all in Amazon Prime Day, transforming July into a major shopping time period. And you're seeing not only sales at Amazon, but you're seeing sales at Target and Walmart and Best Buy and a lot of even smaller companies. I noticed today, I was doing a quick survey, even smaller companies are hopping on the bandwagon using coupon codes, other teasers, ways to get you to shop and take advantage, of course, with back to school shopping. So competitors like Walmart and Target are also offering discounts, and they're off after the $38.8 billion that's projected for back to school shopping as well. So following high inflation, we see now that shoppers are more inclined to spend during discount periods of time, such as Prime Day, for things that they know they absolutely need. So, for example, clothing, electronics, school supplies, needs versus wants, you know? So, even pre Prime Day promotions were focused on a lot of different items that people were buying. So, Adobe predicts that the average discounts on electronics is going to be about 22%. On clothing, it's going to be about 20%, and on sporting goods, 11%, home goods, 17%, things like that. But one area that we want to also put on your radar, it comes out from AP News, talking about how not only is shopping a big thing during Prime Day, or now it's almost like Prime Week, but they're also warning that there's a lot more scams going on. So I will say this: if you have a loved one at home or even at work, if you have clients, do know that people are out there taking advantage of other people during Amazon Prime Day. So make sure to pay really close attention, not only to your own affairs, but also for your older family and friends as well, because experts are warning that these scams actually increase and tick up during Amazon Prime Day, which, as you know, is a major shopping event. And scammers are particularly targeting consumers and older consumers with phishing emails, fake websites, even fake texts. They're just trying to do whatever they can to get a part of this. So, common scams will involve like fake emails. They're pretending to be from maybe customer service or somebody from Amazon asking for updated payment information, or asking you to log in so they can grab your password and all that information. In fact, the Better Business Bureau has reported that there's been a whole bunch of phishing attempts in 2023, and it's only just gotten more popular and bigger and rising in 2024. In fact, about 1,200 new websites which are related to Amazon look like they're related to Amazon, but they actually aren't. They're actually fake websites. So it's really important to pay attention to that. And not just for yourself, but for your loved ones. And that's sort of the key. If you don't recognize it, and even if you think it could be true, you're not sure if it's true, the best thing to do is usually to go directly to the source, reach out to the website themselves, rather than ever replying to an email or anything like that. So that's just really, really good suggestion. And right now, definitely pay attention to that and teach your loved ones about that. Teach them about, checking for links like the HTTPS, which makes a URL secure. And just paying attention to a lot of these like scams and counterfeit things. And now the scammers are getting so much more advanced because of AI, and it's probably just going to get even worse in the coming years. But let's continue on. I wanted to go over another story that was shared with me by our creative director, Curtis Peak. So thanks so much, Curtis, for sharing this, because this is a fun one. So for those of you who have seen the trend when you travel, you may have seen that 7-Elevens and other parts of the world look very different to 7-Eleven convenience stores that you know and love here in the United States. You may know them, you may not love them, but this might make you love them a little bit more. So they're calling this a glow up. And if you don't know what a glow up is, don't worry, you're not alone. You know, on TikTok and Instagram, there's a lot of trends about making things look a little bit more peachy and attractive and call it glow up. But 7-Eleven is now bringing some really yummy things here to the United States. This is actually shared by on Gizmodo. Lucas Ropik is sharing this, talking about how 7-Eleven is going to be expanding the things that they sell in terms of snacks. Now, you may have heard that in Japan, 7-Elevens are considered like iconic. Like you have to go, they sell really tasty things and things can be cooked, and it's actually quite an experience. So a lot of people who actually visit Japan will actually go and check out a 7-Eleven there. Well, 7-Eleven here is known for kind of like, the like chips and maybe a Gatorade and soda or, watered down coffee, while you get your gas. Nothing special. But now, and maybe a burnt hot dog or just a hot dog. I shouldn't say burnt, but just a hot dog, right? But now they're actually going to be integrating some really popular Japanese snacks into many U.S. locations. So even though 7-Eleven has, came from sort of U.S. origins, it's been owned by Japan's Seven and I Holdings since the late 1980s. So they're now going to be including some different snacks, including, get this, ramen. That's right, milk tea, rice balls, and other Japanese favorites to help diversify the store's food selections. So, those of you who are watching, I'm curious to see, would this make you go into a 7-Eleven to check that out? Because for me, this is a for sure. I definitely want to check out to see like what the new 7-Eleven items are. I mean, go pick up a lotto ticket if that's what you do. You could pick up some, some beverages and maybe even check out some of the different offerings that they're doing. So it'd be interesting. The new snacks they're saying could attract a broader customer base. I think it would be really fun. I think that millennials, I think Gen Zers will probably want to check it out. Kind of a fun alternative to your typical gas station food, like, hot dogs, coffee, things like that. But 7-Eleven stores in Japan are renowned for their diverse and high quality food options. So it would be nice if 7-Eleven could bring us a more elevated experience. But, you know, with that, I hope that you have an amazing Tuesday. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. It's going to be a busy one. I've got a big project coming out starting tomorrow, so I won't be able to come back with you live this week, but I'll certainly be back with you next week. So with that, if you see anything that's hit the news that you're like, oh, we should talk about that on her show, definitely send me a message. Send me a direct message or, post it and tag me on it. Always love to see that. And if you share our show, definitely tag it at Winnie Sun too. I really, really appreciate Joshua for doing that week and weekend. Appreciate that very much. But with that, I hope that you have a beautiful day. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your summer. And I'll talk to you again next week. Be well. Take care now. Bye bye.